in welcoming Fatima Zadan. She represents the Union of Palestinian Women's Associations in North America, and she is also a member of the Third World Coalition of the American Friends Service Committee and the National Campaign Against War. On behalf of Palestinian women, and on behalf of Arab women, and on behalf of Arab children who are standing in the line of the impoverishment, who are standing in the line of war, I would like to thank you for joining me to raise our voices and join our hands and speak loudly and let our voices to be heard and say, we do not want war. The latest political development promised to bring us, Arab and American people, to a very dangerous period in our lives. Now that we're on the eve of the so-called UN deadline, and the presence of nearly 500,000 troops in the Persian Gulf, and that Bush has all the support he needs to start a war that is imposed on the Arab people by the foreign intervention headed by the US in the Persian Gulf. As the Palestinians enter their 4th year of the Intifada against the 23-year-old Israeli occupation, the Bush administration continues to totally ignore their plight, yet it is ready to launch a massive destructive war to end the 6-month-old Iraqi invasion of Kuwait. This has been demonstrated by the swiftness and the speed with which Trump resolutions, ranging from condemnation and sanctions to the use of force, have been implemented, on the way to be implemented. Meanwhile, the US and Israel have obstructed all efforts to end the Israeli occupation of the Palestinian land and to grant a Palestinian independence and sovereignty. On the contrary, the US policy has been the obstacle to peace in the Middle East by shielding the Israeli occupation, by giving it $4 billion a year, which contracts with what Bush said about naked aggression, if you all recall, that he does not stand for naked aggression. That naked aggression and occupation should not be war. Meanwhile, Israel is escalating its repressive measures against Palestinians. On October 8th, if you recall, another massacre took place in Al-Aqsa Mosque. 26 Palestinians died, 150 injured from the US made bullets and poisonous tear gas, 1,000 detained. The US ambassador to the UN came out after 5 days from the incident with a very narrow, watered-down resolution, which is to send a delegation to investigate the incident. And as you know, Israel refused to receive even that delegation, as they have refused the 200 UN resolution concerning to settle the Palestinian question. This only shows the double standard of the American policy in the Middle East, which goes back this mess, a point of view that has been ignored from the Western politics. From a long, long time, the West has looked at us as an insignificant element to any conflict. We're sick and tired of the West dealing with us like a super gas station. intervention or occupation in the region, including the Iraqi invasion to Kuwait, including the Israeli invasion of Palestine, including the Israeli annexation to the Golan Heights, including the Israeli occupation to Lebanon, which has left 20,000 Palestinian and Lebanese people dead without any UN resolution. We want a long, lasting peace with justice and settlement of all the conflicts in the area based on the concept of the self-determination of all people. Kuwaitis, Palestinians, Lebanese, we fought this war. And the media has been portraying us as just we are in the alliance with Saddam. We are opposing this war and the military built-up, yes. Not because Saddam is a hero. Not because we're in love with Saddam. For one reason, we're opposing the military build-up and the US intervention in the Middle East. One reason that is, Arab people do not need weapons, they need bread and butter. And clearly, till now, Bush refuses to make a link between the two occupations. We resent that the Palestinian question should be only a playing card on the negotiating table. The Palestinian question has been a vital and a central issue for all Arabs and their security in the region. And yes, and I repeat yes, the Palestinian question is the only key to a peaceful Middle East which guarantees the stability and the security of all the states in the region for long, long upcoming years. As to the New World Order advocated by Mr. Baker and Mr. Bush, if they allow us, we the Arab masses, to have a say in it, and to what it should be like, we do want a new order, yes. A new order, but not one that will start with a very destructive war to our national resources at the expenses of hundreds of thousands of Arab and American lives, not one that would maintain the current Arab state system, not an order whereby 6 families controlling the wealth of our children, of our nation, while thousands of our children die from malnutrition. But we need a new order where the US government stops the protection of Arab dictator regimes who spend billions of dollars to protect their interests. Instead, we need an order where our people are allowed to practice their democracy and invest our will to promote their own economic development. We need an order whereby invasion, oppression, occupation, human rights abuses are condemned regardless of the perpetrators. I appeal to you, in the name of all mothers, Arab mothers and American mothers, while their children stand in the line, to join hands and raise your voices, and to act now. We might have learned, or you might have learned from the US-Vietnam War, now that the peace moment is enlarging before any war takes place. This new order has to give us the privilege, we the people, to raise our voices and to any war to both people, Americans and Arab people. And thank you very much.